Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new Call of Duty mobile video. A new rank season is here and you know I gotta help you guys to rank up. So whether you want to reach legendary to get that frame or you just want to get the HBR or some other skins by ranking up, this video is definitely for you. Now before I start, I want to say that these tips are actually credible. I use actually everything that I'm about to say in this video. I have been in legendary for as long as I can remember, and I did play COD competitively for a couple of weeks before I decided to stop and focus fully on content creation. And guys, don't worry, I'll be dropping some gameplay tomorrow of the HBR and other new guns and gun skins as they have been released, so don't worry if you're seeing more tips and tricks videos coming. Alright, let's get right into it. Now the first thing that I want to say is make your HUD as comfortable as possible. And when I just started playing COD back in season 1, I was using the default HUD and I realized that I was actually not doing good, and someone actually suggested that I use 4-finger claw, and I am on a iPhone, so I thought that how can I actually use a 4-finger claw on such a small device. So anyways, I went ahead and used it and it did work, but I decided that I was gonna go with 3 fingers, and from that I was just always winning all my games and until the first time I remember I reached legendary. If you actually played with me before, you would know that I am always trying to change my HUD. I'm always trying to adjust something so that it can be as comfortable as possible, so I can actually reach for my buttons, so I can reach my jump button as fast as possible, so I can drop shot as fast as possible, and all those things. And I always make sure that certain buttons are close together, like my shoot button is always close to my reload button, and just small stuff like that really matters in the game. And also you want to make sure that your HUD is comfortable as possible, because if you are using 4-finger claw, then you can get a lot of hand problems in the future if you don't actually have a correct HUD to use. So my advice to you is, if you don't have a perfect HUD right now, if you're not playing how you should be playing, there are a lot of videos on some good HUDs out there that you can actually use. I have actually made a couple of those as well. I have a nice 3-finger HUD that will be in the cards right here, so when you finish watching this video you can feel free to go ahead and check that out. The second thing that I want to say is never just go around the corner like that, just walk around the corner like that, because it's pretty obvious that if an enemy is around that corner, then they will see you first and they will actually kill you. That's how the game actually works. So I did actually mention this in the movement video that I did, and I did actually teach a couple ways which you can actually go around corners when you're playing, so that you can actually win more gunfights, which is eventually what will lead to you winning more games. So the first thing you can actually do to go around corners is you can slide peek, you can jump peek, or you can slide jump peek. Now all of these are very effective to go around corners. If you do want more information on how to actually do these types of peaks, then there's also a movement video that I did, and it will also be in the cards, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. But slide peeking is basically sliding around the corners then scoping halfway through, and jump peeking is the same but with the jumping, and slide jumping is when you slide then jump and then you scope in while you are in mid-air. So the video will be in the cards. The third tip on this video is also something that has to do with movement, and that is never to stand in one place while you are fighting. And to some people that this might be pretty self-explanatory, but some people who are going to be actually watching this video, I know that you are guilty of this. And when you are basically in the gunfights, you just stand there and shoot in a normal gunfight like that, and you try and make your aim win the fight. But in order for you to be a better player at the game, there are 2 things you will need to maximize on, and 1, that is your aim, and 2, it is your movement. So your aim alone will not make you win all your gunfights, and that will not make you go as far as you would want in the game. So again, you can use the same techniques that I was talking about earlier, but however now you can actually drop shot, which is one of the most effective things to do right now in the game, because jump shot was actually nerfed One of my favorite things to do when I am in a gunfight, especially a close one with a SMG, is to just jump around the enemy until it will obviously throw off their aim, especially if they have a low sensitivity. They will hardly keep up. I always win my gunfights when I do this, so this is definitely something. And the fourth tip that I actually have for you is do not blame your teammates when you are playing solo ranked. And last season I did say in my previous tips and tricks videos, I said that you are not supposed to play solo rank because that is just a way to lose points. But that won't be possible for you to never play solo rank. Everyone has to play solo rank. The majority of last season I was actually solo ranking. You definitely will not win every games, trust me, because sometimes you will get bad teammates. You definitely will get bad teammates, and sometimes you will get so dominated. And trust me, I had to be carrying a lot. Sometimes I got double the kills of my entire team and things like that. But and sometimes we actually still win, sometimes we will still lose. But the thing is, the more you blame your teammates, that's the more that you will actually play bad, because you will say, every time something goes wrong in the game, you will say, oh, it's my teammates' fault, when you could have actually done a lot better. Like, yes, COD is a team game, like it is a multiplayer game, but sometimes when you are solo ranking, just think of it like you are the only person playing, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, now this tip that I'm about to say, just bear with me guys, it is a bit of a weird one, but trust me, it actually works. And what I'm saying is, like, stick to one gun at a time. Like, stick to one gun and then you master that gun. Have a go-to gun that you master, so anytime that you are having a bad game, you can always draw in that gun and then you can absolutely wreck. So my go-to guns for last season were the LK and the Rust. So anytime I was actually playing scrims or stuff like that, people would always expect me to go for the LK or the Rust. At the last part of the season, I actually started using the Rust. So those are my actually two go-to guns, and I cannot go wrong with them any at all. So I was actually playing in a community tournament recently, and I was actually using the LK24, and everyone's wondering why I'm using this, because the entire lobby was using a SMG, and I actually did a pretty good job with the LK, and I got a lot of screen time because obviously that is a kind of a weird gun to use in scrims. And even when guns are not that good, you can still play very good on them if you master them, because for one, everyone said that the Corda was the best gun in the game, but because I barely use the Corda, I think I started using Corda like last week. The first day I was using Corda, I was absolutely bad at it, and that was the best gun in the game. The next tip that I have for you guys is to maximize on your aim. And this is so important because, as I said, aim and movement both go together for you to be a good player, for you to win your gunfights. And I think that aiming will be pretty easier now to master with the addition of the new mode, which is the training mode. So my advice to you is go into that training mode, play some domination at Nuketown or firing range, because one is both long range and one is short range. And what you want to do is make sure that all your shots are on target. I actually have a pretty good aim myself. I played a game with pub matches with some of my subscribers recently, and it should be up on screen right now. I actually got a 97% accuracy. I have never seen anything like that before in a game, and I was actually using the Rust. So once you actually can master your accuracy and your movement at once, then you will be unstoppable, because that is what all the good players basically have. A few weeks ago, I wasn't really too good on movement because my phone is pretty small, so when I get a good phone, then I'll be better at movement. So when I wasn't actually good at the movement thing, so what I had to focus on was my aim. So I did not use SMGs that much. Everyone knew that I couldn't use a SMG, so what I always use a AR. So I normally use the Type 25, the KN, or the LK, and they pretty much did good for me. So If you don't have movement, then the best thing that you can actually rely on is aim. It won't make you such a good player without movement because two of them go together, but it can still be pretty effective. And another thing that you can actually do to improve your aim is put the auto run button, make it as small as possible and turn up the opacity, and you want to put that at the center of your crosshair. It should be also up on the screen right now, so you can actually do that, and it will make you focus more on your enemies. So this should in turn improve your aim if you are using it as you are to. Alright guys, we are almost done. Other tip that I have for you is do not rush. And this is a kinda, this is not really, I'm not really saying that you are to camp or play like very relaxed and coward, because when I'm going for nukes, I always play very conservative. I don't rush or anything. But if you watch the top players right now in COD, like the top YouTubers, I should say, not the pros. If you watch the top YouTubers, like there is a YouTuber named Rai, a Spanish YouTuber, and a couple other YouTubers. What you normally see is they normally hold spots, so they won't be always rushing into the enemy territory. What you always see them do is like stand behind a good corner or stand behind a exploded vehicle or at Nuketown or something like that, and just hold a corner and hold spawns and stuff like that, and you would be surprised how good that actually is, and you would see the difference in your kills and deaths if you start doing this instead of you just rushing blindly into your enemy's base and just dying like that. Alright guys, thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support that you have been giving me, and if you did learn something from this video, be sure you go ahead and hit a like on this video. Again, we do have some gameplay videos coming. I am planning to get the HBR and all the ranked guns today, so I should be putting out those videos by tomorrow. So be sure you subscribe with the post notifications so you don't miss anything.